What's up guys, Sal here. So we often talk about smartphones and how they change our lives. We also often talk about folding smartphones that can change the entire industry. But so far they are not doing very well because they are too expensive. Sooner or later everything will change and the price of such devices will greatly decrease. And it turns out the wait is not long. The Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Z Flip 3 are going to be significantly cheaper than their predecessors according to the latest report. The Z Fold 2 was launched at a $2,000 price tag while the Z Flip was launched at $1,380. But Sam Mobile is reporting that the successors of these two devices will be 20% cheaper. In other words, the Z Fold 3 could be almost around $400 cheaper than the Z Fold 2, which turns out to be $1,600 for those who don't know math. While the Z Flip 3 will be cheaper by $276, which means the handset could be priced at $1,099. Honestly, that's a substantial reduction, especially for the Z Fold 3 that in every way is better than its predecessor. The report mentions that the reason Samsung might be implementing this strategy is to encourage more people to switch to foldable smartphones. Plus, Samsung will offer generous pre-order incentives to customers who purchase the new foldables. That said, some of you might wonder that a $400 price cut is too good to be true. But keep in mind that the Galaxy S21 Ultra also saw a 15% price cut this year compared to the S20 Ultra, so this report isn't out of the realm by any means. It's also worth noting that the leak says the new foldables will be up to 20% cheaper, so the prices could be a little higher. But still, it's great news that Samsung is reducing the prices, which should make foldable products a lot more accessible to general consumers. With that said, Apple's WWDC event took place today, which honestly turned out to be one of the most boring Apple events post-pandemic, but there are a couple of interesting things that happened. First, Apple has finally decided to bring FaceTime to Android and Windows. Well, kind of, because they aren't making a dedicated app for these platforms. Instead, FaceTime is going to be available on the web so users can call in from Android devices and Windows PCs. Apple is actually turning FaceTime into a bit more of a Zoom-like video calling service, as it allows you to grab a link to a scheduled call so that you can share it with people in advance and join in at the right time. Another interesting feature is the universal control. It lets you use Macs and iPads like they're one machine. I mean, you'll be able to bring an iPad next to your MacBook and simply drag your cursor over from your laptop to the tablet, and you don't need any additional setup. It works seamlessly. This will let you do things like drag and drop files between the two machines or use your laptop's keyboard to type out spotlight searches on the tablet. This way you won't need to buy a separate keyboard case to get a physical mouse and keyboard for the iPad, and like I've said, transferring files is more seamless than ever. But to summarize the rest of the WWDC, Apple basically copied a bunch of things from Google. They introduced live text, which basically is a copy of Google Lens. Apple included AR features in Apple Maps, which again is already available on Google Maps for a while now. Anyway, do consider subscribing for all the latest tech news, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.